Hello, guys. Welcome back. This is the 21st attempt at defeating Crooked Mask on Expert difficulty. I actually felt like I got really close last time, despite not playing it very well. So I'm doing with the same exact setup. The idea is to kind of get 2 Chaos Arcs and at least 4 other of these spells, and any of them, doesn't really matter. But at least that many in Kadir's deck, and then get both their special powers up so I can cast it and then cast it again. Which, if I can set up that combo, that's 45, 50 damage to Crooked Mask. So if I can set it up properly, should be able to nuke him basically before he does enough damage to Gravehold or my mages through the corruption cards. Alright, so same setup as last time. So we're going to be using Jade, Sifter's Pearl, Clouded Sapphire, Flexing Dagger, Focusing Orb, Amplify Vision, Essence Theft, Chaos Arc, and Arcane Nexus. So I'm just going to get started. Nemesis first. Corruptor. Does 1 damage to Gravehold every activation. Gives 1 corruption card every time you damage him. Then we get Kadir. She's going to prep her Spark, and she's going to purchase 2 Jades. Corruptor is going to do 1 damage to Gravehold, bring us to 29. And we get Woven Sky. Discard 3 cards in hand. Power 2, unleash. Any player suffers 4 damage. Zaxos is going to prep Flare, and he's going to buy 2 Jades. Kadir is going to cast Spark, dealing 1 damage to Crooked Mask. She's then going to discard 2 Sparks and a Crystal to get rid of Woven Sky. And then with her last 2 crystals, she will buy another Jade. Look at that. All right. And Zaxos is going to cast Flare. I'm going to shuffle to see if that's going to do 1 damage or 3. Okay. So that is going to do 3 damage, so I will hit the Corruptor with it. Bringing him to 3 life and gaining a corruption card. I'll then prep Spark, and for 4, he will buy last 2 Jades. Then we go with Kadir. 4, 5, 6, 7. She's going to buy an Arcane Nexus. Zaxos. Gravehold suffers 2 damage, brings us to 27. With the top card of your deck, you may destroy it. Crystal, destroyed. And he has 6 power. Clouded Sapphire. So that way he can start charging up Kadir's special ability. We'll prep a Spark. by a flexing dagger. Nemesis, Corruptor does 1 damage to Gravehold, brings it to 26. And we get the Haze Spewer, 5 life, does 5 damage equal to its current life to Gravehold, and then suffers 1 damage. But we do get Zaxos first. So he's going to cast Spark, do 1 damage to the Haze Spewer. Brings him down to 4. We'll then prep Flare. And then he gets 4, 5, 6. Man, I'm gonna get another Cloud Sapphire for him. I'm not worried about his spells, but I am worried about her charges. So I want him to get his charges up. Okay. That's 5 damage to Gravehold, drops us to 21. So that's unlucky. That's okay. Agony Field to discard, destroy a card in hand, costs 2 Aether or more, power to unleash. Any player discards 3 cards and then draws 1. That's the second round. I feel pretty good. I got all those Jades, I got an Arcane Nexus, I got 2 Clouded Sapphires, which is crazy. Both on Zaxos, so those are going to start generating charges for Kadir, which is what I want him to do. He can also use those to buy charges for himself. Okay. Do get Kadir. She's going to cast Spark, deal 1 damage to the Haze Spewer. Prep a Spark, and then she generates 4 Aether, which is enough for an Amplify Vision. And then we get Zaxos. Gravehold takes 2 damage, brings us to 19. With the top card of your deck, you may destroy it. Jade, I will keep that. Oh, I meant to... That's fine. He then generates 6 Aether. Once again. He will grab a Focusing Orb and a Flexing Dagger. Nemesis is going to go. That is 3 damage to Gravehold. Drops us to 16. 1 token off the Agony Field. And we get Tempt, the player with the most crystals in hand. He has 2. She has 0. So he loses both crystals, takes 3 damage, drops him to 7, and then can pick any card that costs 4 or less. He's going to take another Focusing Orb. Okay. Kadir's going to cast... He was supposed to... Yeah, he lost the life point. He's going to cast Spark. That's going to kill the Haze Spear. She's also going to discard a Jade, or destroy a Jade. Yep. And that gets rid of Agony Field. She'll prep Arcane Nexus, which will allow her to double cast this Jade. She can then buy an Amplify Vision. And Emerald Shard will generate 1 life point back to Zaxos, bringing him back up to 8. Okay, Corruptor goes, deals 1 damage to Gravehold, brings us 15. And Burden. The players collectively gain 2 corruptions. Place them on top of their deck. 1, 2. Any player focuses a breach. We will focus Kadir's 4th breach. And Zaxos. Zaxos gets cast Flare, so we gotta shuffle these again, see if it's gonna do 1 damage or 3. So he's going to kill the Corruptor. He gains a corruption card. He will prep Spark, and he generates 4 Aether. To buy Focusing Orbs. So what I'm trying to do here is shift. I'm not worrying about spells for Zaxos. So he's all gems and Focusing Orbs right now. And the idea is the gems are going to allow him to, well, they got his economy going, but then they're going to allow him to buy charges. The Focusing Orbs, I'm going to use them to open up Kadir's breaches. So she can focus just on spells. She already has 2 Amplify Visions. But he's going to open up all of her breaches, maybe one of his. And then he can start, but when he needs to, he can start getting rid of those to start healing Greyfold to keep my life up. And he can keep charges up for her through those Clouded Sapphires. I might get a 3rd one of those. We'll see. But I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far. Okay. Kadir has Arcane Nexus. She will cast that for 4 damage. Brings Crooked Mass down to 65. She will also use Flexing Dagger. Focus her 2nd breach. Prep Spark. And she will purchase a Sifter's Pearl. And she gets to go again. It's going to cast Spark for 1. Brings Crooked to 64. Oh, yep, sorry. She's supposed to do the Corruption card first. Suffer 1 damage, gain 1 charge. It's actually a good one for her. So that drops her to 9. She will prep Amplify Vision. She has 3 Aether, Spark, and she will buy another Sifter's Pearl. Nemesis, nothing on the board. Cauterizer has 3 life, deals damage equal to its current life to target player. Reduces all damage to it by 2/1. Okay? And Nemesis goes again. So Cauterizer is going to deal 3 damage to Kadir. Brings her to 6. And then we get Needle Maw. Does 2 damage to Grateful per turn, 11 life. Zaxos has 2 corruption cards. Grateful takes 3 damage, drops to 12, gain 2 life. So that brings him back up to 9. We're going to give that to Kadir. Discard 2 non-corruption cards. That sucks. 2 Jades. Then take 2 damage. Brings him actually from 10 to 8. Shuffle any player's turn order card back into their turn order deck. I'm going to do Kadir. I'm going to put that back. So he then gets to cast Spark for 1. hits the Cauterizer with that. And then he gets Clouded Sapphire to buy a Sifter's Pearl, which also generates a charge for Kadir. So we're making some progress there. That wasn't the best turn of events, but I'm liking where this is going still. Okay. And we get Kadir. Amplified Vision does 2 damage. We're going to hit the Cauterizer with it though. And that's going to open her second breach. She will then prep Amplify Vision and a Spark. And she will purchase Flexing Dagger. Purchase a Should purchase a charge. And Zaxos again. Gravehold suffers 2 damage, drops it to 10. With the top card of your deck, you may destroy it. Absolutely not. Then use a Focusing Orb to open Kadir's 4th breach. Use a Flexing Dagger. Focus his own breach. And then for 2, he will buy a charge. Feel okay. I haven't done very much damage to Crooked Mask. I gotta get rid of these creatures. I did not. So, economy, good. Spells, not good. Still mostly sparks. So I'm falling behind on the creatures. I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that quick. Okay, so that's going to do 1 damage to Zaxos, 2 damage to Gravehold, drops us to 8. Unleash twice, any player suffers 2 damage. Zaxos will take that as well. They'll each take 1 corruption. Oh, sure. Sorry, I shouldn't be shuffling off camera. I have my TV on for the dogs, and they love that. They're sleeping. They're watching a Stephen King movie. One of those good old 4-hour, like made-for-TV ones. So I was just peeking over my shoulder, giving them a watch. It puts them right to sleep. They love it. Really like old Stephen King movies. They're great background noise kind of shows. Star Trek's really good for that too. But I don't own any of the Star Trek like on DVD or anything. But they're great for like when you're painting miniatures and stuff like that. Just kind of hanging out. All right, Kadir first. So Spark is going to kill the Cauterizer. Amplify Vision does 2 damage to the Needmaw, bring him from 11 to 9. That also is going to focus her 3rd reach. Prep Arcane Nexus and Spark, and she's going to use Flexing Dagger to focus her 3rd reach. And then I can either double cast Emerald. Let's see. I can double cast the Jade and get up to 5 Aether for like an Essence Theft, which would be nice. Or I can double cast the Emerald Shard and heal 2 hit points. You know what? I'm going to double cast the Jade. I'm going to heal 1 with the Emerald Shard, and I'll buy an Arcane Nexus. Or, I'm sorry, Amplify Vision, not Arcane Nexus. Sorry about that. She actually doesn't have enough spell cards to really make her special ability worthwhile right now. Zaxos has nothing prepped, but that is worth 7 Ether, which is enough for an Arcane Nexus. Or do I go Focusing Orb with Sifter's Pearl? Damn it. I'm going to go Focusing Orb, Sifter's Pearl. And that does generate a charge for Kadir. I know I need offense, but I need to heal Greyfold too. That's kind of my counter. Alright, Greyfold takes 2 damage, drops me to 6. And Twisting Madness. Discard 4 cards in hand and draw 1 to discard. Power 2, Greyfold gains 3 life, Crooked Mask gains 13. Okay. And then we get Kadir. Greyfold suffers 2 damage, drops us to 4, and Focus of Breach. So we will swap that over to Zaxos. Okay. Arcane Nexus is worth 5. Spark is 1, so that is 6 damage to the Nidamal. Drops him to 3 life. She will discard all 4 cards as well to get rid of Twisting Madness. Which brings out a crystal, which also gets wasted. And Zaxos' turn. Discard 2 non-corruption cards and suffer 2 damage. So we're going to take Jade and Spark. And that drops him to 3 life. That's not great. It does allow me to shuffle Kadir's card back in, though. To the turn order deck. I will swap that up here. And he still generates 4 Aether with a Sift. Should have both do. And that 4 will buy the last Focusing Orb. And we get Kadir. She's going to prep Amplify Vision. And she generates 4, 5, 6 Aether with 2 discards. Okay. It's 6 Aether, right? So she's going to buy Amplify Vision and a charge. And she's going to use her ability. Pull 3 back. So that's kind of why I wanted to get her set up. So each of these Amplify Visions, because all our breaches are open, are worth 4 damage. So that's 12. And then the Arcane Nexus is worth 5. So that's 17 damage on deck. And I was able to cancel the cards. And this is I'm gonna start destroying Focusing Orbs to heal Gravehold. So hopefully I can keep this going and get both of their charges up again, and she can do it again, and then he can use hers, and that'll give her another one. And if I get her special ability off 3 times, that's I'm feeling pretty good. Hopefully that should be enough to win the game. Even though he doesn't have like a single spell. He's basically just a utility character. Alright, perfect. So the first Amplify Vision is going to do 4 damage and kill the Nidomo. Then 2 more. That's 8. 13. So 13 damage will drop Crooked Mass to 51. And the board is clear. She will then prep Amplify Vision and Spark. That's fine. She will destroy Flexing Dagger for 1 damage. That brings Crooked Mass down to 50. And then she will use Emerald Shard to give 1 life point to Zaxos, brings him up to 4. And Jade will buy another charge. So not too shabby. Kadur's probably my favorite mage in the starter box. Zaxos is up there too. I like him quite a bit. Alright. Nemesis, board is clear. Venomite, 9 life. Does 2 damage to the player with the lowest life unless you discard a prep spell worth 3 or more. Okay, we do get Zaxos. Suffer 1 damage. Return any card that costs 0 to your hand. Just checking to see if Flare was in there. So I guess I'll take a crystal. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Drops us to 2. With the top card of your deck, Focusing Orb, you may destroy us. No. Okay. First thing we're going to do, destroy Focusing Orb. It's going to heal Gravehold back up to 5. And then he generates 4 Aether. For 2 charges. Could take an Amplify Vision, but charges are where it's at this point. Nemesis. Okay, we will discard this Amplify Vision to prevent damage. And Pain Sower also has 11 life. Also does 2 damage to every player. So that's not great. Do get Zaxos. He doesn't have a ton of firepower, but he gets to prep Flare. I will destroy both of these Focusing Orbs to heal Gravehold back up to 11. And then this just becomes useless. And Focusing Orb will focus his second breach, I suppose. Or Flexing Dagger. Interesting. Okay, we do get Kadir. She's going to spend 2 and do that to the Venomite, I guess. It's got lower life. She'll then prep Spark. This is 5 Aether, not enough for her special ability. She'll buy 2 charges. So, I don't know. I don't know if I actually purchased enough spells with Kadir to make this work. I'm not sure. Okay. To get Zaxos first, he's going to cast Flare. It is going to do 3 damage to the Venomite, dropping it to 4. And then this is where 10 Aether and a Focusing Orb. Okay, how do I want to do that? I don't need to use the Focusing Orb for healing right now. So... Okay. 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 I'm going to use the Focusing Orb. I'm going to generate the 10 Aether. There's 1 Sift. That gives... only one of them grants a charge to Kadir. And I will buy 2 Essence Stuffs. I'm going to put 1 there. You're allowed to pick what order you discard them. It's actually a big part of the game. So we'll see. Alright, Grateful takes 2 damage, drops us to 9. Focus a Breach. Okay, that opens the second breach. Perhaps Spark, and he generates 4 Aether, which is enough for his special ability. Okay. I can't do anything about the Venomite, so Zaxos takes 2 damage. Then Kadir takes 2 damage from the Pain Sower, and that focuses Breach for Zaxos. Let me draw. Unleash twice. It also causes Spark to get discarded. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to put both of those corruption cards on Zaxos, because I really don't want Kadir to shuffle right now. That screws me really, really badly, because I lose her discard pile. That's a game loser, basically. Now, I typically do, when he unleashes, if he unleashes twice, I give him each one just to kind of make it even. But that's not what it says I have to do. Any player gains a corruption card and places it on top of their deck, and then you shuffle. So instead of giving them 1 each, I just gave them both to Zaxos. It does say any player, so it is my choice. That's how I read that. If this was my 5th attempt, I probably would just do it the other way anyway because it makes it harder. But this is my 21st attempt. And I think I have a real shot of actually winning this one. Although I didn't get any of those Chaos Arcs, so I'm not sure if I actually do have enough firepower. Okay. All right. Kadir. Greyfold takes 3 damage. Gain 2 life. Brings her to 7. Suffer 1 damage. Gain 1 charge. Discard 2 non-corruption cards. Suffer 2 damage. Brings her to 4. Shuffle any player's turn order card back into the turn order deck. I'm gonna go with Kadir again, I guess. She's the only firepower I got, so I gotta give her all my extra turns. Plus she just lost like her entire turn. She's gonna cast Spark for 2. Just paints over to 9. She will then use her ability. Which allows me to bring back 13 damage. See, that's where the mistake is. It's only 13 damage. It's nice. It's definitely nice. But it's not a game changer. Okay. I can hold on, I guess, a little bit. Okay, she does get to go again. So, 1 Arcane Nexus, or Arcane Amplified Vision, sorry, is going to kill the Venomite for 4 damage. And then this is going to do 4 and 5, so that's 9, which is just exactly what I need to kill the Pain Sower. So, that worked out very, very nicely. We will prep Amplify Vision. And she generates 6 Aether. Huh. Okay. Okay. So that's 2 Sifter's Pearls. Neither. So with that 6, she will buy. Should I buy a Chaos Arc? I think I will. I'm going to buy a Chaos Arc. I was going to buy 3 charges and then activate a special ability and pull those 3 back and prep. Which, it's not a bad idea, but all it does is instead of having 4 damage on deck, I'd have, 17. Which is good, but he's got 50 life. That, I feel like I can do better with that Chaos Arc. Nemesis gets to go. Board is cleared. Vex, discard top 2 cards of the Nemesis deck. 1, 2. Oh, they are both tier 3 cards. Damn, I just lost the game. For each tier 3 card discarded this way, Greyfold suffers 4 damage. So that's 8 damage to Greyfold, and that's game over. So I tried to do something different with just kind of my approach to this game by keeping him fully utility. Which was, I understand what I was trying to do. The thing is I didn't actually get enough spells for her. If I had gotten her, like, she had one Arcane Nexus, she had several Amplify Visions, which is fine. But she needed, like, ideally 3 Chaos Arcs is really what she needs. One Arcane Nexus, 3 Chaos Arcs, and then a couple regular. Still needs the regular spells. And then because I didn't get any spells with him, I really should have been going after those Arcane Amplify Visions. He wasn't doing any damage at all. He was pure utility, and that meant it was all on Kadir to use her special ability. So I wasn't able to really nuke Crooked Mass the same way. I have to get the damage economy better than that. And look at those 6 open breaches, and I got 1 spell prep to him? That's not good. Should be 6 spells prep to him. So I almost feel like I need to swap out Arcane Nexus for like one of the 3 cost. Maybe swap Essence stuff for Feral Lightning. I don't know. It's a thought. Really they're the same in a lot of ways. But that way Zaxos can kind of do the same thing with the Focusing Orbs. But keep some damage potential. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Have a great day.